Hey everybody, Nevan here again. Here with another base game for you today. Had to reach into the reserves. I did this one at the beginning of this year actually. Thought it'd be kind of fun to do a earlier game since we're coming into the new year here. This one was against Fojtu. I believe they just started the beginning of this year, so they're probably relatively newer at this point. But I've said it before. Anybody that usually finds this Discord and gets into the ladder is usually just good at the game. You know, you could be playing for 5 days or 5 years. Obviously, you won't be at peak efficiency, but yeah, newbies are always gonna probably whoop you. So yeah, haven't had many interesting games lately. I don't play enough to get enough interesting games, I guess. So I may follow suit with others and perhaps start requesting people to send me videos of interesting games and or games they want help in. They feel like I'm not the most tactically sound mind on the planet, but even though I play dumb, I like to think I'm somewhat competent. I at least know the rules and strategies decently well, so that could be fun, but that'll be in the future. So for now, let's jump into this game. I have a couple games I did save like in the past where I was like, oh, that was really awesome. Let me save it in case I want to make a video of it one day. Because at the time I wasn't making videos, so I don't remember exactly what happens in this one. So we will see. So I picked Free People. I don't think we bidded. I think we just wanted one token, and then he just let me decide my side. I can't remember if this was a league game or not. It might have been. So I picked Free People. I get King Brandsman and Smeagol Helps Nice Master. Pretty decent turn one draws overall. If I want a blue, give me a heal one. I don't have his password, unfortunately. Okay, so allocates. Oh god, the die. They've returned. I'm so sorry. Okay, allocates one eye rolls, two more. You don't see a lot of people allocate eyes anymore in base games, so that's interesting. I rolled. Well, with three eyes, this is not the perfect turn one roll. But with me, it is, because I am going to run off with Strider and Boromir to the Gondors. And yeah, he's just like, we're playing that long game. Yeah. Yeah, if you ever play a game with me and I'm Free People, be aware you may get kidnapped for two hours because. Alright, he tries to move in the Moria, but Isengard's not at war. He's getting a little excited. Okay, I move down. Yeah, so as he's doing the standard moves, yeah, I think when they roll three eyes, I think even two eyes is acceptable to crown Aragorn. If you have to burn a ring, I think people are a little too hesitant when it's just two eyes. I think you can be a little more open-minded about that. I think with one eye it's always a trap, but with more than one, I think you can justify it. I definitely should have went to Minas Tirith. I think because this game is almost a year ago, I just never really did the whole go to Moria, then Druden, then Minas Tirith. I always just kind of committed to going to Dol Amroth, and that's just less useful overall. Alright, so he's just doing standard movements, gets the Black Gate fortified, starts moving towards Lorien with the North Dunland unit, and then he gets Saruman because of the ring I gave him. And yeah, I did Crown Aragorn, so I draw another blue tile and Swords and Eriador. Allocates one eye, rolls 0, and then I roll a roll that justifies my decision to come south and get something in the war. This is base game, so the elves are looking like a snack, but at least Gondor might be able to hold off. Alright, I start with playing King Brandsman. Interestingly, I was actually just thinking like maybe I should muster Gondor with that. But I'd give a free Witch King. Yeah, that's the toughness of this situation. Because I was going to say, like, muster Gondor with the Palantir with Boromir, and then use the token to bring them to war, and then I have 3 musters to just beef up Gondor. But that's a lot of eggs in one basket. That Sauron army is in the Black Gate, so if he just marches north with that, I'm just, like, committed 4 dice to a region or a nation that's just might get ignored. I mean, it'll protect Dol Amroth at least, but if he marches to the Dew Line in the northeast, then it's not worth 5 points. So I think playing King Brandsman is probably the more responsible decision. Past me smarter. And I do get the 2-card draws with Gandalf. That probably definitely impacted that decision. So I get Riders and Faramir's. If there's ever a time to draw Faramir's, it's now. Same with Riders, since I haven't moved yet. Alright, I move the Fellowship. I am safe, thank God. He brings Sauron to war. Starts mustering the south. Musters the Southrons down one. Yeah, now, interestingly, because he went Blackgate instead of Minas Morgul, he couldn't get the Witch King this turn. He could have if he went, again, if he went to Minas Morgul instead of Blackgate. But starts marching north, moves the Southrons. Okay, interesting. I use the token for the elves. Huh. Yeah, I mean, when you see, maybe I should have, I guess I can't really wait. Maybe I should have just mustered the elves with a normal die. I don't know. No, I think that was actually pretty smart, because now I have the advantage for our dice. Like I get I can see what he does right now and then react to it. So yeah, the idea is bring the elves down. If he marches that Blackgate army to No Man Lands, I can muster the elves again, because he's obviously going the Dew line, and he won't really be in a good position to attack Lorien. Like, he'd move the No Man, and then move probably Dimril Dale, and then move Southern Ravanian, move Moria to Dimril Dale with the second one, but then he doesn't have an attack unless he has Ring Wraiths, or, well, Black Captain doesn't work, so only Ring Wraiths. He's only drawn 2 cards, so this makes sense, actually. This is very smart. So yeah, I put him in a tough spot here. And yeah, if he just goes to North Ithilien, I get a free, easy Gondor muster. He can attack, but he can't even get the Witch King. Again, unless he has Ring Wraiths. Right, so he does not bother moving the Blackgate army. This is probably the right call. You risk 2 defended Elven strongholds if you keep marching the Blackgate, which is unfortunate for you, because you do want to make them get somewhere. Yep, so I respond to that by mustering Gondor. I think maybe he probably should have played the Palantir first, just to give me less information with that muster. I think in this situation I still would have mustered Gondor, though, so it wouldn't have made a difference, but for some opponents it may. Plays Monsters Roused. Probably has terrible cards, I'd imagine. I move the elves down again, which forces his attack, and yeah, he puts Lorien under siege. And then I finish mustering Gondor to war. So, yep. So now Woodland Realm is looking scary, potentially. And Gondor is going to look scary, potentially. So this is like the best of both worlds. Great defense so far. Lorien will probably be taken. Maybe he can opt for Rivendell, but he doesn't really have a Shadows Gather army to use. So, not sure. Alright, I draw Aemir and Ents, so I'll have 2 Rohan cards. So, defensively, I'm looking pretty good so far. But Fellowship-wise, not. I've moved once in 2 turns. Okay, allocates 1, I rolls 2 more, and I get a more kind of standard roll. Yeah, against 3 eyes is actually pretty good. Because I'm definitely going to try to kill Gandalf. Doesn't work. Right, so unfortunate for my opponent here. They only rolled 1 muster. So it was either get the Black Captain or get the Southrons to war and threaten Day Without Dawn. So now it's all but guaranteed I'm going to get Gandalf this turn, which is really bad. A turn 3 Gandalf the White with Aragorn is not great for the Shadow. Oh dear. We're freaking out. Okay. So yeah, he puts Black Captain Lorien. That's pretty good. I move again. That's 3 hits, but just a 0 reveal, which is no bueno. So I go into Moria, and I do get a 3. So unfortunately, I got revealed in Moria, but I got a 3 at least, so it balances out. Plays Morgul Wound. Perfect timing. I get Gandalf the White now. Oh, he's playing many kings, but didn't put the card on. Yep, great turn. Great early draws so far. Except for Monsters Roused. Yeah, and then he commits to the Dew line, which makes sense. I didn't mention earlier, but yeah, I did get an elite in the Woodland Realm. Yeah, you definitely want to muster there earlier than later. It's not great to just kind of like have them at war and just not do it. When you have the dice to do it, do it. So he's fully telegraphed what he's doing, so it makes perfect sense to put another elite in the Woodland Realm. Maybe there's grounds to use, since it was a hybrid, to get the dwarf into Erebor and block Old Forest Road. I don't have scouts, though. I think the Old Forest Road move is not a beginner's trap, but I think people are just autopilot it too much. It's not a terrible move to make, but if you don't have scouts, it's pretty redundant. You know, the guy moving from North Downs to Bree can be way more effective if you don't have scouts. Yes, you might make them burn a swarm of bats, but is that worth your half army move? I don't think it is, personally. Alright, so they play Balrog, which is pretty smart. So, yeah, one win condition for my opponent's looking pretty grim so far. But the other is looking very tasty. I got just Legolas and Gimli and the hobbits left. I'm on 2 corruption, 3 steps, and I'm trapped in Moria with the Balrog. Not great. So I'm going to have to get very lucky here. Alright, I draw Celeborns and House of the Stewards. Celeborns, can't ask for a better top deck. I mean, I have been through 6 cards now. It's not insane that I got it. You'd probably want that. Shadow probably prefers that over Power Too Great, maybe. But that is the risk of putting Lorien, I mean, in general, any stronghold, but Lorien under siege and not taking it right away. Lorien especially, because of Power Too Great and Celeborn. So I'd recommend you try to take it as soon as possible. But it's definitely been awkward for my opponent. Speaking of awkward, yeah, so allocates 1 eye rolls, 3 more, and then I roll that. So I say, looks like we're staying. Yeah, we're getting cozy. I said the Balrog keeps us toasty, because no way am I burning a ring just to hide, and then I'm just going to stay here. It's like, yeah, not very effective. So I play Celeborns, get a new card, I get Spirit of Mordor, which is Scouts. They say it's going to be a long, grindy game. Probably, yeah, because it's likely I'm going to have to go into a stronghold. I mean, they had the foresight to put Lorien under siege, so not going to be staying in there, am I? So they, I mean, I could still, because it's not looking very takeable right now. Bring the Southrons to war. Alright, I start mustering. Right when I see Southrons to war, get Dol Amroth ready. Okay, he gets East Rune ready from North Rune. Interesting, yeah. So instead of just moving the dwarf from Iron Hills to Erebor, I actually muster the dwarves down. Maybe I think maybe I just move Karok in and yeah, Karok down the Old Forest Road and then Iron Hills to Erebor because I have scouts now. I think that is a good move. Because if he kills Iron Hills right now, all I really get out of it is 1 extra health in Erebor instead of just moving him in there. Not sure if that's worth it. So, yep, he opts to go around me. Or around Iron Hills, at least. Oh, wow. So, yeah, I was expecting right here to definitely do that move I just said. I'm just kind of surprised I didn't. So, I play Riders of Theod instead. I guess the do line's looking good enough. Maybe I need to start focusing defenses elsewhere. Alright, Lorien's rough. Gondor's rough. Rohan's a bit of a sitting duck. Yeah, because I probably... Maybe it's a little mistimed by myself. Maybe I should have played Riders of Theoden earlier if I could have. And then moved them to West Eminent and then moved somebody to Old Forest Road. Little efficiencies like that make a difference with 3 people. If you roll the dice, they let you do it. Alright, so he's saying no boats. I'm walking to Gondor. And then he goes in the Old Forest Road. Okay, I muster a leader in the Dol Amroth and a regular in Pelargir. A little bit of an awkward muster. I don't know how survivable. I guess because he doesn't have an attack. Okay, that is actually pretty nice because I can do that same thing again. Musters more orcs. I guess he's looking at military. It's not looking likely right now, but doesn't hurt to be preemptive. Yep, as I thought, doing the exact same muster. So now if I do that muster again, next turn, I do have 4 regulars in Pelargir. Yeah, regulars are underrated. Yeah, those 4 regulars can be quite annoying, especially because I also have scouts. So Yeah, if I leave Boromir and Dol Amroth, I get another elite in there. Aragorn, gets the hell out of there. It's 3 leadership with 2 elites, 3 regulars. That's pretty good. So these 4 regulars in Pelargir can retreat to Osgiliath. Aragorn can move to Osgiliath. Yeah, that's where the fun happens. So that's probably what I'm looking at. Yeah, it's always important to look at your opponent's dice. Like, I knew he couldn't attack me this turn with those south runs, so take advantage of it. I draw Gwahir and Fearfire Foes. If Fearfire Foes not very productive, no companions are going to be doing that right now because they're already having a rough time. Allocates 1 eye, rolls 1 more. I roll a pretty standard base game roll. Notably, they roll no musters and just characters and palantirs. So it's not terrible. It's just a little awkward. It definitely lets Gondor beef up even more because they have to waste another die to move Nazgul unless they have a card for it. Yep, I hide with the will because I want to get the hell out of Moria. Not a fan. 1 out of 10. Let me out, please. They play a red tile. I mean, I don't know if this is a hunt kind of game, but considering I'm not looking great, doesn't hurt to do, especially if it's blocking up your hand. A little unfortunate they didn't have anything. I mean, they had early Morgul wounds, so not the worst luck, but yeah, any tile draws there would be rough. I do move, and I am safe, which isn't insane. It's just 4 dice. I move again, which, I mean, what else do you do? I think now, the anti-sprinter I probably would have played Ents. No, I probably would have played Smeagol Helps Nice Master with a character, and then I would have played Ents and then chained into House of the Stewards. That way I can save those 2 musters for something else. But I move, I am mega hit, and I only get a 2, so at least I'm not revealed. He did have Black Captain commands, which I was worried about. Now, instead of attacking Pelargir before I can keep mustering it, they do opt to just try to take Lorien, which is a tall order. That's 7 health against 10. It's good to get the Nazgul recruitment effect for sure. But big decision here. Do they want to use Balrog to attack, or do they want to save it for the Frobo? I'm on effective -2 corruption, and I'm only 5 steps. So I'm halfway to Mordor, -3 corruption. It's not looking fantastic, but I might have time to heal. So for now, they're doing the safer approach. They're just playing strategy. Makes sense. I play Shield Wall. Fearfire Foes. I mean, Fearfire Foes, I think, So I think I may have been just moving like that. I don't know. That's probably wrong. Because when I drew the 2, maybe I should have taken a random. That way, if I got a Hobbit, I could have played Fearfire Foes after that and got the North to War. Yeah, and then they'd probably attack Dale. I'd likely retreat with somebody left. And then I could start mustering in Bree. Because Moria's not looking very great defense-wise for them. Because they're going to definitely need reinforcements for Lorien. Yeah, that could have been something. But I probably should have taken the random on the 2 instead of just eating Legolas. But you can't, it's hard to resist corruption efficiency. So they get 2 hits. Shield Wall takes 1. Shield Wall is my baby. I roll 0 hits back. They say, wow. I don't know why. So, it's going great so far. Shield Wall saved my butt there. Okay, so I do play Ents. Get 2 hits. And I do play Houses. Okay, so I did that part at least. Just didn't get the blue in. I draw Dane Ironfoots and Book of Mizarble. So, the dwarves wanted to get involved. For sure. Book is certainly not being played. I cannot bother sending a companion to the northeast. Not happening. Yeah, maybe if they reveal me right now and then I ran them into a Hobbit and they can, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's not happening. Hobbits are just not great with their little legs He attacks Lorien again. Still going strategy. I do play Dane here. I'm kind of shocked I did that. I guess I really want Lorien to hold because, as with any game, if this army just steamrolls Lorien, excuse me, they can just move to Rohan. Yeah, so this one army can potentially take 5 points, so you want to hurt them, preferably. They do play Day Without Dawn, though. Yeah, this is... So you got lucky on the first combat. I mean, not lucky, but you got your statistical hit. I didn't. So it's 6 against 10 now. It's looking more in your favor. I don't know. Relentless is the last thing you want to play, I'm thinking. But they commit to it. They get 3 hits for it, so paid off a little. It's really going to depend on how hard Cate Blanchett decides to hit back. She hits 3 back, so that's pretty rough, yeah. Still looking takeable, for sure. I pass. Okay, they give up on Lorien. Am I out of regulars? I am out of regulars. Look at you. That's so smart. So yeah, my opponent is thinking, I'm assuming, go for Woodland Realm now because I have no regulars. I have used them all. I have none in my casualties and none in my force pool. So if he attacks Woodland Realm, gets 1 hit, I either have to take the regular or just kill an entire elite, which I'll just take the regular. This is a strategy. It's pretty cool and smart to do it. I've done it before. It's difficult for it to pay off because at the end of the day, all I'm losing if you get 1 hit is just 1 combat strength. Is that really like game breaking? Oh no, the stronghold is lost. Probably not. But it's pretty cool. You do risk power too great though. Yeah, because, you know, Lorien's not going to get stronger. I'm sure that also was involved in their decision making. They knew Lorien can't get bigger, but power too great is a threat. Just to be annoying at the very least. Alright, everything I just talked about, I'm going to take back. Never mind. They probably had a similar thought train. So yeah, my opponent's paying attention and they're using their brain and not playing on autopilot. So it was a really good idea, but I think the better idea I agree with is to just take Lorien. Yeah, and interestingly, they used Balrog. He technically didn't need to show me he was using it, but once he would have played a character card, I would have like known. Yeah. Yep, gets 2 hits with Balrog. Oh no, I'm sorry, 3 hits. So yeah, Lorien just dies because of the Balrog. So it saves little Frodo from him, which I'm thankful for, but it killed the elves. So funny enough, what did I do? He attacked Lorien. I don't remember what I did after he attacked Lorien. I had Spirit of Mordor. I definitely could have tried it. Could have just went for it. I don't really think I need scouts at this point. Nowadays, I definitely would have tried it. Even if you get like 1 or 2 hits. Now, in that instance, it would have made 0 difference because the Balrog just killed me. But interesting. Alright, I hybrid into Erebor, and I definitely need that regular in Erebor now. I got rid of Dane. And then, yep, get Rohan ready. Now they move Nazgul. Get ready for the Northeast. Northeast is looking rough. I mean, at least now they have the luxury of knowing that Dane is gone. Yeah, I put another Elven Elite into Woodland Realm. Yeah, I was just thinking maybe I muster the Dwarves all the way to war, but this works too. Yeah, I mean, I have 2 giant armies standing in front of me. It's probably better just to make 1 stronghold. Almost like have to require both of those armies instead of being able to start beefing up Erebor. Considering I have Dale there too, makes sense. They can likely retreat into Erebor, at least 1 guy. So that was probably the right call. And they play Palantir. So that might not be the right call because now I can first action next turn put the Dwarves to war and make all 5 of those points pretty impossible to take. Yeah, even Dale would be hard to hold when you have the elves and the dwarves ready to throw hands at max strength. Yeah, my opponent's definitely in a hard place here. There's not very many targets that are available. None at all. All because I got lucky with Riders of Theoden, and I have Aemir too, so unbeknownst to them, it's actually, yeah, there's not a lot of takeable targets. Rivendell is looking spicy because I have no elves left. But aside from Rivendell, I'm not sure. I mean, you can definitely take one stronghold in the Dew line. Problem is, the other army can potentially retake. So of the two to take, you definitely want to take Woodland Realm because over time I can just put 3 elites into Erebor, have this gigantic 2-5 army that can just storm in, at the very least hold Dale, which is, when it's a game like this where every point is going to be important, that matters. Okay, I draw Ents and Power of Bomb Bombadil, my man. Could be relevant. Again, King Brandsman is just such a strong card. I finally get the hell out of Moria. So all in all, very non-painful. Very lucky in Moria there. I think at the end of the day, War of the Ring, a lot of luck comes in this game, but one of the few things people don't mention is I think the biggest luck aspect, aside from just rolling sixes, is cards. Yeah, that's why Lords is painful sometimes, and sometimes it just is irrelevant. If the chief is on you and he's getting the good stuff, it's gonna really hurt. All those character cards getting thrown at you. I think they put 1 red in. Yeah, it's overall got lucky. They've been through 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in their deck. I'm assuming no tile draws, no Nazgul Search, no Nazgul Strike. Anything that could have made Moria hurt me. What were the odds of drawing an eye with the Balrog? Pretty high, yeah. Haven't drawn any, so it was probably right to use it in combat. I agree with that. Yeah, he couldn't have predicted I wouldn't have gotten hit on the first move, I guess. You always assume they're going to get hit in strongholds, but at the end of the day, it still was only 4 dice on 6s. It's not insane. Okay, so... Okay, I put the character in the box. I definitely right now would muster the dwarves. But I move. I already have a Nazgul on me. What else is he going to do to me? I do get missed, and yeah. I get punished for that. They moved Iron Hills, and then they start congregating in the northwest. Yeah, so that was a mistake by myself, I'm thinking. I moved the north down. Interesting. Put Erebor under siege. Dwarves are at war. Right, I think the reason I put the north down is I could maybe retake Iron Hills once Dale is taken, because they will then be at war. Yeah, the north not being at war when Dale is taken is really annoying. It's good to at least get 1 muster in. I probably should have just played Tom Bombadil, though, to be honest. Okay, I move again. Still safe. Again, not great odds, but definitely lucky on my end to not get hit on that second move. 3 dice on 5s. They attack Dale from the Witch King. I see strategy. I call their bluff. Or no, I do not call their bluff. I assume that they're going to swarm a bats me because on a fortification, I don't really have any reason to scouts. I want to take advantage of my city. So I use advantageous position to block the swarm of bats, which is the perfect card, in my opinion, to play against swarm of bats because it still works technically. I'm still denying him a +1 on his leader reroll. So it's doing the same effect. Still gets 2 6s, ouchers, and I get no hits. Unfortunate. At least I'm alive though. North's at war. I got one little duder left. Alright, I retake Iron Hills to be annoying, and then I congregate in Bree. Yeah, so he attacks Iron Hills, plays Relentless. I mean, it's not the greatest combat in the world, but not the greatest to burn. You know, you'd rather burn something a little... I'm actually kind of shocked they're not cycling character cards, but they only do have 1, so that might just be a red tile. You know, maybe a tile draw that they want to play. So I've been in that situation a lot where it's just like you can't cycle character cards because you're stuck with reds or something. They probably would much rather be cycling character cards right now, but they're halfway through their strategy deck. They're very efficiently cycling their strategy. So I scouts. I go right back to where I was. Conquers Iron Hills. I move again. I'm running. I mean, yeah, they are at 3 points. One of those strongholds in Dew is going to get taken because I misplayed the dwarves there. The elves are a little awkward to retake things because that's their force pool. Everything in Woodland Realm is all I got. So it's not unlike the dwarves where I could have gotten a bunch of elites in there. Yeah. It was very smart of them to go for Erebor because they saw I played Dane. That was the correct call. I do get hit on this move and it's a 3. Yeah, if it was a 2, it definitely would have random, but against a 3, I can't risk that corruption. So yeah, I get to... Oh, never mind. Duh. I get the Hobbit ability. Duh. So Gimli bites it. They say Pippin lives. I say the god himself. And Pippin goes into Rohan. Makes sense. They attack that one regular and Veil the Karna, and I give a little frowny face. So they're abusing this North army to cycle their cards, but they burn a great host, so they're burning some really good cards. Like they're just, I don't know what they're looking for, because Corsairs is irrelevant. Maybe they're just looking for strifes, but burning a great host first, trying to find a strife, I don't know about that one. Like great host right now would work in Erebor, assuming I just didn't hit like a god. I don't know. I do die though. So yeah, those north the north units got no hits in total. So King Bran's men, while looking intimidating, certainly were not. Okay, I pass. They move leadership. Yeah, I don't know how much that Rivendell attack's gonna have, like hold water. It's not looking very doable. Okay, I muster a regular in Bree. I love my Bree. And another regular in Pelargir. So a little took a while. That was what, 3 turns ago? I was talking about the whole Pelargir situation, but it's happening now. And yeah, I'm gonna make them regret putting the North to war. I'm not just gonna fold. I'm gonna do something. They play New Powers Rising, which is a great card. So they probably just cycled into that right now. Yeah, unknown to them, I do have Aimer, so yeah, Rohan's actually very, very difficult to take. Especially with the Hobbit there. That just does not help. Okay, I draw a Great Company, whoopee, and Power 2 Great. Yep, that could help Rivendell. It's not the worst draw. Normally, I'm not a fan of no quarter, but all of my strongholds are pretty buff, so it does have value. It's likely I'll get at least one hit with pretty much all of my strongholds, with the exception of Rivendell. But yeah, Helm's Deep, Minas Tirith, Dol Amroth, Erebor, like they're all pretty good. Erebor could have been better. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, I do not declare. So I could have declared in Minas Tirith. Yeah, military is looking, I don't know. It's tough because you delay too long. Right, because even if I were to declare Minas Tirith, that South-run army could just storm it. Like, go for Osgiliath instead of Pelargir and just go for it. Yeah, I don't know. Allocate 1, I roll 1 more, and I roll a pretty good roll. They already play Day Without Dawn, so I don't have to worry about it. I'm dumb, though, and I probably forgot, so I play a Will right away. They play Garand and Erebor. Ooh. That's exciting. Alright, the old 11 versus 6 health. Technically, you get a +3 to your health with Grond, so he should be okay. Yep, starts with Deadly Strife. Smart. Gets 4 hits. I only get 2. Little unlucky for me, for sure. Alright, round 2. Plays Desperate Battle. Honestly, I probably wouldn't even play cards at this point. It's looking pretty good for you as Shadow. Yep, kills me. I get 2 hits back. So, yeah, now... So, yeah, me not declaring a Minas Tirith paid off. I had the foresight because now they are at 5 points. There's a massive army in the northeast, so Woodland Realm is not looking very good. Yeah, this is... The Shadow efficiency is looking great. So, me getting that extra elite in there by mustering the dwarves definitely wouldn't have helped there. Yeah, whiffing a Deadly Strife as free people is probably one of the worst things you can do in the game. And it's so unlikely that when it happens, you really feel it. So I move again because my win condition is very blatant right now. I get hit with a 3, so Merry can go anywhere he pleases at this point. 6 spaces from Frodo. So he goes all the way up the Woodland Realm, right. That is a long way to go. He was there and probably not back again. He is probably not going to make it through this adventure. So interestingly, I do reveal here with Gollum. So I only take 1 corruption. I do this because there are 4 eyes in the pool. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So a 4 out of 11 to draw an eye here. And there's no more 3s left. So even the 1 or the 0, I mean, it kind of sucks that it basically makes... It doesn't make the reveal redundant because of cruel weather. I avoid cruel weather, and I have a roughly 50-50 shot to draw an eye and do nothing to me. And I get an eye, which is pretty lucky. And they say nice gamble. Yeah, it was definitely a gamble. But it made sense, because what's my other option? It's either I reveal there and go for the coin flip to get an eye, or I move again, because cruel weather is debilitating. Cruel weather would lose me the game, I'm thinking. Yeah, they're halfway up. Typically, if Shadow's at 5 points when the Fellowship gets in the Mordor, they're at a good spot as Shadow. That's the way I look at it. Especially when they have Rivendell as a nice, juicy target. That's another... That'll get them up to 7. Now, those last 3 points, Woodland Realm, and... yeah, like, they can take Pelargir. It's not insane to take it and hold it. The Southrons are just so strong. So they play Rage, perfect efficiency. The old Monsters Roused, Rage of the Dunlendings play. It's not looking good for me up there. Put a North Elite in Bree. Alright, so yeah, the intention of this is, where else can I really muster? Again, I can muster Gondor more, but I'm confident they're not going to go for a stronghold at this point, because it's just so telegraphed. I'll be able to get another Elite Minas Tirith and all that good stuff. So Bree that's my last ditch effort to maybe save Rivendell. Okay, yep, they congregate in Trollshaws. I play a power too great to just kind of buy me some time. They say, of course. I mean, hey, I've drawn over half of my strategy deck. It was pretty obvious I had that, to be honest. Pretty good chance. Yeah, this really hurts them because they don't have a character card. So, yeah, because they've just been... I mean, look at their cards. They're at 8 strategy cards left. They've been hard committing to one side of their deck, which is usually the sprint play. I don't think this was a sprint kind of game for Shadow to take, but if they just got unlucky with their character card draws, which I'm thinking is what happened, they did all they could. They just hard committed a military, and it paid off for them. So, alright, so sorry, they attack Osgiliath. They get no hits, I get no hits. So okay, they are going for a stronghold. I actually didn't expect that. I mean, it's gonna be rough. Put a leader in there, and then I put a North leader in Bree. So yeah, always put a leader in an army you want to move with, because there's a 1 in 6 chance for you to roll hybrids. Technically 2 in 6 with wills if Day Without Dawn's gone. But it's a 50-50 on every day. Every die you roll that you'll get character or will. And then 4 out of 6 if you'll get a character, will, or hybrid. So yeah, it's just having a leader gives you a lot of security with an army to be able to actually use them. Sometimes in Mordor, you only want to move once, and you roll 4 characters. If you don't have a leader in an army, they're dead in the water. Get a leader in there. I know you want the extra health. I see into your mind that you want the extra health. Believe I understand. But get that leader in there. Trust me. Unless a companion's nearby. But there are none. They are dead. Okay. Minas Tirith goes under. So what that is, a 12 against my 6. With 2 leaders, not terrible. Denethor's could definitely make that takeable pretty easily, I'm thinking. But I do have those 4 regulars in Pelargir. So again, halfway through I don't remember playing no quarter for help and look for. So it just takes one character movement to get Aragorn, Boromir to Pelargir. I moved Osgiliath. Or no, sorry, I muster maybe some more regulars. Lossarnach, Pelargir again. Maybe get an elite there. I have 6 dice. It's not crazy. I can really punish them for going for Gondor, but depends on the dice I roll. For sure. I'm kind of surprised they didn't just go for Woodland Realm. To be honest, like their army is massive up there. That is what? 7, 12, 13. That is a 14-2 army up there that you have to work with. So well, that's 18 health against my 9. And you have the perfect numbers. I mean, if you're that scared of the Hobbit, fair enough. Yeah, I think that's the big reason I didn't want to muster Carrock, because I kind of figured they could take it pretty easily, Woodland Realm, so I just didn't see more of it. Okay, I pass. They bring in more Nazgul. I'm usually a fan of doing that, but it's turn 7 and you played Black Captain already, so I probably would have just mustered either an Umbar or Orthanc, I'm thinking. I say 2 choices. So I say 2 choices right now. And they say, hopefully they're both bad. I wonder what these choices are. So one is probably to hide, obviously, but then I run the risk. He doesn't have any character cards, though. So there's no risk of me hiding right now. That's probably the safe option. What's the stupid option? It looks like I'm thinking of a stupid option. I wonder what it is. Huh. Maybe to get Aragorn and Boromir to Pelargir to protect Minas Tirith? Yeah, because I'm looking at my cards and I'm not seeing anything crazy I could do. I probably want to wait on that until I get a Palantir. That way I can play Book and just move them with a Palantir instead of wasting a character result. That makes sense. See what I roll next turn. Again, the strength of cards like Book and Fear Fire Foes is you can move companions with every die result in the game. Think of it that way. It makes them way better in terms of versatility. Every single result, no matter what you roll, you can move companions with those cards. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's see what I do. Yeah, they say they think I'm in a good spot because of Mordor. Yeah, this is like peak Gollum performance. Doctors hate this one simple trick with Gollum of having 5 or 4 1s, a 0, 2 2s in the hunt pool. All the 3s are gone. I'm at decent corruption considering all the 3s are gone. And there's only 1 red, so yeah, it's looking pretty good Mordor wise, but then again, you can just draw 3 eyes. It happens. Yep, and I say, yeah, it depends on the eyes. It depends on how many they roll and how many I draw. So I opt to hide. I take the smarter approach, and they gun it for Minas Tirith. So it's really going to depend on how this roll goes, really, for both of us, I'm thinking. I get Kindred, which would normally be a blessing, but my elves are dead, so not this time. And Mirror. Don't know what I discarded. No, I do not. Okay, Frodo is good. They allocate 1 eye. I only roll 1 more, and I get a very, very good roll for the situation. It lets me run up Mordor. I could potentially take 5 steps if I just draw the 1s and 0 and all that. Pretty good. Yep. Did I say 6? I meant 5. I don't know. I forgot. But it also lets me do military. Now, they rolled a pretty good roll, too. All attacks. Aside from the muster, but that's fine. You want the mouth. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attacks. He needs 5 more points. Minas Tirith is certainly takeable right now. Rivendell's very takeable after they get rid of Power Too Great. That's 9 points right there. And then all they need is Pelargir. Not looking good for the Frodo. They comment on getting no Palantirs, considering they have Palantir of Orthanc in play. I mean, I'm not saying they're complaining, obviously, but that's probably good. You definitely want to tax right now. If you rolled 4 Palantirs, whoopee card cycles, but you'd probably rather win the game than cycle cards, I would imagine. I can't remember how many Palantirs they rolled overall. That might be what they're talking about. Yeah, I don't think they got that much value of it. I think most of their decks cycling was due to the Witch King. Okay, I muster another elite in debris. Again, using the will right away. I must have just completely forgotten that you use Day Without Dawn. Not pay attention, everybody. Always pay attention when you play. They attack Minas Tirith. They play a strategy, so I play advantageous. Not really anything else I can play to defend myself. Like heroic is fine. You usually don't want to play heroic right away in a stronghold, so you can at least get value from the rerolls. And Valor is not going to help me stay alive. So I play the only defensive card I have. It wasn't a great Strife, but at least he got 3 hits on his combat, so I do get 5. So yeah, with 2 leaders with a Deadly Strife, you should get 5 hits as free people. Right, so yeah, it's still not looking good for me. It's 7 against 3. I do not have Guards of the Citadel, unfortunately. So they wisely don't press here. They shouldn't. Muster another regular in Bree and then a regular in Pelargir. So I'm tipping my hand on what I want to do here. They attack Minas Tirith again. They Swarm of Bats, my heroic. And they roll 3 6s. Ouch. And I roll no hits. So, yeah, a little below average there. I mean, yeah, getting 3 6s on 5 dice and then me not getting a 5 on 5 dice is sad. But there they go. That is a big army of Minas Tirith now. So Pelargir is, yeah, looking doable. I'll definitely have to make sure I check the statistics at the end of this game. I don't think they've been like crazy in their statistics. I don't think they flubbed any sieges. I'm trying to remember if they just really struggled to take one. No, I mean, no planet should they have won the Lorien siege with that many units left over. Obviously, Barrow got them that final hit, but yeah. I think overall it's been at least average for them. Ripperoni pepperoni, they say. And I'm like, all right, I guess we're destroying jewelry today. So I move. It's a 1. Perfect. And they do discard Power Too Great. Right. So, yeah, the writing's on the wall now. They have 4 attacks. They can put Rivendell under, and then they can attack it. And then they can move to Osgiliath, and then they can attack Pelargir, and that's the game. That's like game over. So I have to do something. So yeah, Aragorn. Notably also that I saw they played Corsairs, which is great news. That means I can safely, instead of just moving Aragorn and Boromir to Pelargir. Again, I didn't expect that big of an army to be left in Minas Tirith, but here we are. This is life. So now I do have the luxury of moving to Pelargir with that entire army. I probably don't even need to leave one behind. That's probably just my anxiety. I don't think that was a smart idea to leave him behind. Yeah, if Saruman marched his Uruk-hai all the way down the coast, take Dol Amroth. You deserve it. But and then yeah, that giant Bree army I mustered, they are moving now. So they run the risk of, if they do not attack Rivendell right now, I can attack them. Whoops. Let's not break the recording. Yep, they attack Rivendell, makes sense. Perfect. I move Frodo again and get another 1, so Frodo's making good progress. For sure. So the hunt pool's notably not looking as good now. It's not, I mean, I'm on 6 dice. But with 5 eyes in the pool, one of them being a red, you know, it's a coin flip initially if I hit an eye or a red. Well, not coin flip on a red, but just eyes in general is a coin flip, and obviously every time I move, that gets worse for me. So destroying the ring next turn, Considering I'm on Golem, it's not very appealing. So I probably need to try to survive, which is hard because he can win this turn. Yeah, it's not looking good. Thomas says it's going to be a nail biter. And yeah, they have Fighting Uruk-hai, which is great news. So if there's any chance of Rivendell holding, it is now gone. Well, there you go. That's a pretty bad roll. Devilry did nothing. The man did not blow up the bomb. They get one hit. I get one hit. Round 2. I do play Valor here. I don't know why. That was dumb. I don't know why I did that. Huh. On no planet is that Rivendell army surviving. I don't know why I did that. Yeah. They kill me. Oh no, sorry. They only get 2 hits. I get 1 hit. Now they kill me. I get another hit in passing. Yeah, so waste of a Valor there. That could be relevant. And they're at 9 points. Yeah, so I pass here because always, always, always pay attention to the board state, because while it would sacrifice their win this turn, they could, if I just use that character right now for Smeagol or moving again, they could attack forwards and then attack Helm's Deep while that giant army in West Emnet watches. Yeah, we don't want that, so we're going to play it patient. They say they're 1 action short. I wonder what they're referring to. What are they referring to? Maybe Edoras? But yeah, had he attacked forwards right here, I would probably burn a ring to move Aragorn to Pelargir and Pippin to Helm's Deep. Yeah, that way I'm just at peak efficiency. You know, that way next turn I don't have to stress about trying to roll a hybrid or waste a character. I can just spend all my characters on Frodo and hope my defenses hold. Yeah, so he's probably thinking Edoras right now, which is risky. I mean, I do have end cards. I actually have one. That's the bad one, though. Damn. Alright, so this is just the kind of player I am. I do not recommend this, especially because I'm pretty sure this was a league game. Do not recommend, but I tell him, you can take Pelargir. It's risky, though. So I did tell him. I said it's risky because of Aragorn and Boromir. You know, they're at the disadvantage in that fight for sure, the Witch King is. So you probably shouldn't help your opponent. I would, yeah, 0 out of 10, don't recommend. Probably don't do that. That's just kind of the player I am. I don't know. I'm just like, you could go for it. It'd be exciting. If you wanted to win this turn, honestly, I don't know what my odds are fully of destroying the ring next turn. It's just the big gamble on, am I gonna roll 6 characters, really? Alright, so yep, he reinforces Dale. I don't remember what army was in there, but I'm pretty confident I wouldn't have been able to retake it. And then, yeah, starts moving towards Pelargir. Okay, funny enough, yeah. I don't bother with Helm's Deep. I actually move the Bree army towards Rivendell. I don't know about that one. That is that's a big stronghold to reconquer. I do not know about that one, Chief. Like, I want to do something with the army. But, like, retaking Lorien is just as difficult, I guess I'm thinking. So, you might as well go for the one that's closer, because he's going to kill a regular to go under siege, I'm assuming, right away. I don't think he wants to risk a field battle. Like, that just gives me an advantage, I think, in this situation. So, yeah, I guess that's really the only thing I can do with that army. Yeah, military victory is off the table, because they're going to easily be at 10 points if I full commit to military right now. All right, they bring the mouth in, so they don't opt to go for the win. They do not. They decide, all right, he's not going to destroy the ring next turn. Let's keep it going. I like it. But yeah, that fight in the south there is 11 against his 7, and I'm in a city. Yeah, it's not a good fight. It was very risky for them to move to Lossarnock. particularly, big oversight. Big oversight. Let me draw my cards first so I don't get you excited. Okay. Through a day and a night, I may have played it. My memory is an enigma. But I could just jump to Minas Tirith right now if I had it. Yeah. That would be very unfortunate for Shadow. But I don't have it, so. Yep. Here I say, last round. Good luck. Allocate one eye, roll one more, and I roll 3 movement. So there is a chance I can destroy the ring. Not the highest, but not the lowest. And they roll a fantastic roll. Again, all attacks. With the exception of one, but they have a ring. So, all attacks. Yeah, they're upset that they didn't roll eyes. I mean, honestly, I think it's more of a speed thing at that point. Like, if I just hit 2 reveals, I can't destroy the ring, regardless of corruption. Right, here we are. The coup de grace, the excitement and thrills. So, with the Witch King chilling in Lasernach, that's a little town. They got like a Wendy's over there. That is not fortified. So, I see my chance. I'm like, let's slam right into him. Let's go for it. So, Aragorn attacks the Witch King's army. We both play cards. So, I play Sudden Strike, and they play Mumakil, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, I want you to imagine this one in your head of this battle. Of a sudden strike of Aragorn with a huge contingent of Gondor. All the way from Dol Amroth. Emerhill's in there. They just come riding in. They're caught by surprise, the Witch King in Lasernach. But thankfully, the Witch King made best friends with giant Oliphants. So, despite the sudden strike, it's still going to be, it's horses charging giant elephants. So, just imagine the bloodbath that's about to ensue. So, my I rolled 2 hits on the sudden strike. So suddenly, things aren't looking good for the Witch King. So, in the sudden strike, we'd managed to kill all of the Oliphants. Now, let's see if they killed some guys back in the combat. I get 3 hits on my combat, and I rolled 2 6s on my leader reroll. So 5 hits. I get 5 hits. So with Sudden Strike, I rolled a total of 12 dice. I managed to get 7 hits on 5s. Wow. They get 4 hits back. So, yeah, insane. So, we got trampled in our Sudden Strike, but we killed the Oliphants and then cornered the Witch King with his Easterlings and managed to kill him. And we lost many good men that day. But it was a worthy sacrifice for Middle-earth, for sure. Cool stuff. Yeah, they say that seals the deal. I let them know, the hunt's still 50-50. They play Lidless Eye, the classic, which is pretty smart. Yeah. Yeah, now I hit an eye. Corruption is an issue even next turn if we go to another turn. So it's still a game, but talk about climatic. Climatic. That sounded like a disease when I said that. Alright. They still have Palantir, though. They're still cycling. Yeah, now they're going for characters. That's their win condition now, it's looking like. I draw a character card. I do get Bilbo's. Yeah, very lucky top deck there. So now that corruption mindset, not great. Starts mustering Orthanc. Right, I play another Ent. I get 2 hits, so I just murder that muster. Yeah, bye-bye. And then I play the blue tile. Okay, I play Smeagol Helps Nice Master. They burn a ring. Right, they burn a ring to play Warm with Sorrow and Toil to draw another character card. It's a little funny. I mean, you could just play it and then actually use the Words of Power, but I respect it. Yeah, I was like, I've never seen that card played. This is probably the one time any of you will see that card played when Gollum's the guide, because you technically can. Yeah, it just says play on the table. It just doesn't do anything. Alright, so I move, and I get a 1 reveal. So Mordor is being very generous. I swear, 99% of the time, doesn't matter what side I am, Shadow Free people, when you go in the Mordor with Gollum and there's like 4 ones, 2 zeros, 2 blues, you always think to yourself, that's a good Mordor for Gollum, the circus boy. But then you always just seem to hit eyes anyway. Because there's just as many eyes as there are good stuff. So usually a good hunt pool, quote unquote, is kind of redundant because it's up to luck anyway. But and in this case, it's actually really benefited me. So I musters Northing again. He says no. I retake Minas Tirith, and then I reinforce the fords, because there is no Sauron army coming from the east to punish me for that. He attacks fords. It's basically his only target. I play Brave Stand with the Bobbit. They play We Come to Kill. I mean, yeah, if they can manage to get a good hit here, like Helm's Deep's pretty takeable, because they are not at war, so I can't muster. And they saw I played Aemir. But they whiff entirely. And I roll 4 hits. The Hobbit came to play. And I mentioned the men knew how to fight, because, yeah, the dwarves kind of sucked. Lorien sucked. But Gondor and Rohan, peak performance. Yeah, so, yeah, military-wise, not a lot of options for them. I play Bilbo's with the Will. Now they attack Within Realm, which is still pretty takeable. For sure. Unfortunately, if that Fords fight went a little better for them and they could be in Fords, Edoras would be a bit more, on the table. But bad luck there for them. I draw another Ent card. It's Ent City. And Wisdom of Elrond. Allocate 1 eye, they roll 1 more, and I roll 3 movement. So yeah, great rolls. So I'm just gonna go for it. I get a 2. They play Foul Thing. They get an eye. Oh, come on. I'm so sorry. I don't remember this. I don't remember this game, but that's unfortunate. Ugh. There's really nothing Foul Thing could have done. I feel like Foul Thing is actually a net loss. Am I crazy? So say you pull the 2, a 1 in 8 chance to pull the 2, or 1 in 9. Yeah, 1 in 9 chance to pull the 2. I go up to 8 corruption. I draw an eye. I go up to 11. I still don't die. But if they have breaking or lure of the ring, they could kill me. I mean, you're banking on that 1 in 8. Because, if I move and get an eye, I don't die anyway. So, yeah, it was probably worth that risk. I mean, it was desperation at that point. I get it. Yeah, unlucky that I managed to not pull a single eye in Mordor and he get the eye on the tile draw. I hate tile draw cards. They upset me. I move and I get the -1. Smeagol really did help Nice Master. That is the most Gollum guided game I've ever seen in my life. He really saved it. And yeah, so great game by my opponent. Definitely exciting. If Aragorn didn't go for that play, how would this game have looked at that point? Could they have won? I think absolutely. I think you commit more musters to Orthanc, and you just go for Edoras. Yeah, let me sit in Pelargir. Let me try to retake Minas Tirith against your giant army. I think he had a 3-2 army. Yeah. I was hitting on 5s and 6s when I attacked him in Lost Rock. I would not be hitting on 5s and 6s if I was trying to retake the White City, for sure. So, yeah, you hold your points. You only need 1. And you just go for Edoras or the Shire. You muster in North Dunland 3 times and just go for the Shire. I mean, it's all valid. Downside, that Bree army did literally nothing. So had Aragorn not murdered the Witch King to retake Minas Tirith, I would have had to go for that siege in Rivendell for sure. It wasn't looking very promising. No companions to boost my chances. Yeah, it would have been a struggle, but it would have been exciting to see. It would have been what, 6 health against my 9 with 1 leader? Not likely, but hey, you never know. It's also not likely to roll 7 hits in a field battle. So, really cool stuff. Unfortunate the hunt luck went so my way towards the end there. Wasn't as close as it could have been, but it was more of a timing thing. Yeah, Aragorn definitely saved the day. So let's look at statistics. And that really also just shows you the strength of Corsairs, because the moment they played Corsairs for combat, that let me do that. If Corsairs was still on the table, there's no way in hell I'm only leaving 1 regular in Dol Amroth. Those 3, it takes 1 muster for an Oliphant in Umbar, and then that's like free. Like even with the 3 regulars, you'll probably take it. Like, but because I saw it was played, it's kind of similar to Day Without Dawn. I was stupid and I kept playing my wills first, like a dum-dum. But if I were paying attention, same concept. It's kind of a relief on your mind that those cards are gone. So I was +4 on my 6s, but -6 on my 5s. So since I didn't besiege anything, technically I was -2 on hits. Yep, that adds up. I really wasn't hitting well. So yeah, not only was I -2 on hits overall, I also whiffed the Deadly Strife with the Dwarves, which I was hitting on 3-ups. So it's even kind of worse than it looks. So yeah, my hits weren't great, but when it mattered, it mattered. Again, Aragorn really brought it. Aragorn and Boromir. Let's not undersell Boromir, because every leadership mattered in that fight. It was the last 2 leader rerolls that got me those last 2 hits. So Boromir and Aragorn together killed the Witch King, and then retook the White City. So he swore he wouldn't let the White City fall, and it really didn't. And actually, yeah, my opponent was +4 on 6s. Yeah, I think that checks out. I think they were slightly above average in all their combats. Again, the Lorien Siege, very unlikely to win that, but they did. Erebor, unlikely to win that without reinforcements, but they did. So, yeah, great game. That'll be it for today. I will let everybody know in the future what I want to do with videos. If I want to have videos sent to me or not, I will let you guys know. But until then, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.